It's a Saturday afternoon here at Silverstone, and that means it's time for today's qualifying. Enjoy the action.
Hi guys, CombinedYoutuber here. Welcome to the F1 2016 Creamer today, and we'll be doing the British Grand Prix today, the 10th round of the season in the Haas. And here we are for qualifying for the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. For a very long pit lane, by the way, so we're going to experience that during the race. I don't really like the pit lane, it's so slow in this track, so it's not the worst pit lane on the calendar, but it's the slowest for sure. As now coming out of our pit lane now. This race, I hope, will be a very good race because Britain usually provides good races in real life. So here we go, starting our first lap. Onto the pit straight, coming into turn 1, braking down to 6th gear and hitting the apex in 7th, and now to turn 2, absolutely flat out. Now coming into turn 3, which is Village, hitting the apex, maybe corner cutting just slightly there, and now coming onto the Wellington straight, coming into Brooklands. We are doing a 28.6 for the first sector. We brake down to 3rd gear, nicely done there, into 2nd to left field, nice grip through there. And now coming through into the S section of Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. Here we go, breaking down to 7th and into Beckett's into 7th gear, and now through that corner, now onto the hangar straight now with DRS wide open. And now coming into the Vale chicane behind the Renault, who's now hopefully not interrupting us on the end of our lap. Now coming into the final corner, which is Club. Crossing the line is a 1:33.7, getting provisional pole at the moment, ahead of Carlos Sainz. So just at the moment, and then as soon as we get provisional pole, Hamilton by almost a second gets a 1:32.9 to go provisional pole. So nice job from the home hero Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, so we're back in the pits now to end our first run in this British Grand Prix qualifying. I really think we're strong here. I really think we are. We qualified 3rd in Austria last time. If you remember that race last time, Austria was a good race. So was Azerbaijan. But now, here is the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel coming into Stowe and into the penultimate corner. Coming onto Vale and into the final corner Club. What can Sebastian Vettel do on the lap? Here we go, final corner. Here he goes around the final corner, crosses the line. It's a 1:33.4. And going 3rd fastest for Sebastian Vettel. And now, here we are on our 2nd run. This is actually our 2nd lap, but it's going to be our 3rd. It's actually our 2nd run, but it's going to be this is the end of the 2nd lap. We cross the line, which is only 6 seconds off the pace. So, this is our final lap to do here. So, let's hope we can get it right. Through turn 1, we already got that right. And into turn 2, flat out once again. And now into Village. Turning a little bit too late for that corner. And now into the loop, 2nd gear, the slowest corner on the circuit. Coming into the Wellington straight, corner coming just slightly there, DRS wide open. We are now a few hundredths up on our best lap time, as we're now 400ths up in the first sector. Now into Brooklands, corner coming just slightly there, and now into left field. Wow, we've lost a bit of time there at the entry into left field and Brooklands. We've gained so much time out of the exit of left field there. And now coming on to Woodcote and onto the old pit straight. Coming into Copse now. Very fast down into 6th gear. Very nice apex hitting there. Now coming into Maggots and Beckett's, we've got the Williams, I think it's McLaren actually. And now into Maggots and Beckett's, hitting that apex nicely. Into 5th gear, into 4th gear for that corner. And now coming onto the hangar straight, we're behind Fernando Alonso and the McLaren. As we onto the hangar straight with DRS wide open. We get a very good toe from Fernando Alonso there, and we go to the inside and we get into Stowe now in 4th gear. We are half a second up at least, 6/10ths up. Now coming into Vale now, round into the final corners of this British Grand Prix. Where are we going to be for this Grand Prix? Where are we going to qualify now? As we go into Club, the final corner, we cross the line, and it's a 1:33.2, which puts us in 3rd place for this British Grand Prix. That's the 2nd race in a row. And the 4th race where we have started from P3 on the grid.
Here's a look at your top 3. Hamilton, Rosberg and De Haas. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
So for the fourth time this season, we have qualified third for an F1 2016 career mode race. Lewis Hamilton gets pole from Nico Rosberg, then it's me in third, Sebastian Vettel in fourth, and Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, Romain Grosjean in ninth, then Massa Perez and Sainz in 12th place. Here are our resource points after qualifying for the British Grand Prix. We get around 77, 84 resource points, so we used a bit after our upgrade, of course. We upgraded the drag, I believe, for this race. I'm not sure if it was fuel efficiency or drag. But currently, we got a new rivalry with Max Verstappen last race in Austria, and we are currently beating him after qualifying. We did beat him in qualifying, so yeah. So let's go to the race now for the British Grand Prix.
The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. And how joyous indeed it is to be back at Silverstone once more for the British Grand Prix. The queues to get in this morning extended miles back down the A43, such is the enthusiasm for Formula One in this country. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with two DRS zones on the Wellington and Hangar Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. With me today is a man who's no stranger to the thrills of Silverstone. He's a past winner here in sports cars, of course. It's our good friend Anthony Davidson. You seem particularly excited for this one, Ant. Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, just looking forward to it, Crofty. It's always a very special atmosphere, and also I started karting in the late 1980s, and I was here for that epic race in 1986 with Mansell and Piquet fighting each other right here in my home Grand Prix. So coming back to Silverstone always means a lot, and looking at the crowd today, it's clear that none of that spirit has been lost. And also, we just have such a fantastic field this year, some very close competition and conditions that should make for some great racing. I can't wait.
Try for at least 6th in today's race.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Nico Rosberg alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have a Haas, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Ricciardo, Verstappen, Grosjean, Massa and Sergio Perez, Sainz, Button, Fernando Alonso and Hulkenberg, Kvyat, Magnussen, Jolyon Palmer and Valtteri Bottas, Wehrlein and Harry Anto, Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are on the grid now for the British Grand Prix race. We're starting from P3 on the grid. Let's hope this is going to be a good race. I really hope it will be so. We start on the soft tyres for this British Grand Prix and we'll end on the mediums. So we start right behind the two Mercedes, as we have many times. And are coming into this corner, into turn 1 at the start of the formation lap. I lost a bit of, I was lost a bit there. Sorry. At the start of the formation lap now, we were coming into turn 1 there at the start, we are still in third. We've got Vettel behind us in fourth, so the Ferraris have qualified behind us, even though we are behind them in the performance comparison. So yeah, so now coming into towards the S's, we are weaving our tyres now. Well, warming up our tyres, but weaving the wheel. So now coming into the S's behind Rosberg, who's in second place. Let's hope we can challenge us to Mercedes today. I really want to get another podium in this British Grand Prix. Yeah, so now, here we go into the penultimate corner and to the final corner to line up on the grid now for the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. Silverstone's a really good track for racing, so we should have some action here in this race. We line up on our third place grid position, ready to start the 10th round of the 2016 career mode. So done this quite quickly. Sort of quickly, but I don't know. So we waiting for everyone to line up on the grid now for the start of the British Grand Prix, the 10th round of the F1 2016 career mode. And now it's away we go for the British Grand Prix. Rosberg has got a really decent start there. He's coming down to turn 1, and he's going to take the lead into turn 1. Is he? Yes, he is. And Vettel gets past us as well. But now the Mercedes are side by side coming into turn into Village now. They're still wheel to wheel coming into this corner and now into the loop. They're still fighting away. Are we going to challenge the two Mercedes? This is holding them up massively there. And now Rosberg gets some better traction, goes around the outside and takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. But now Hamilton moves back to the inside now, and we're slipstreaming both of them. Coming down to Brooklands, up the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Into Brooklands now. Rosberg and Hamilton are still side by side. Rosberg and Hamilton actually touched wheels there. And now we're going to sneak through with great traction on the inside of left field. We get past Lewis Hamilton into second place. A great move from us there. We sneak through into second. And now we are challenging Nico Rosberg into Cops. We're not going to get him there at all. We're just not going to get him there. Wow, what a start to this British Grand Prix. We have moved up into second place, and now we have Nico Rosberg now ahead of us. Can we get the lead of this British Grand Prix? As Rosberg leads after the first lap, Hamilton moves to the outside into turn 1. That's not going to happen. There's no way he can make an overtake in that corner without any contact or whatever. And now to lap 2 of this British Grand Prix. We've moved up a place on Lewis Hamilton. And now we're coming into the S's now. And there's actually a yellow flag behind. Let's see what's happened here. We are on board with the Force India of Nico Hülkenberg. He's side by side with the McLaren. Fernando Alonso has hit him. And he's spun round there. He's hit the Manor. He has hit the Manor, who has collected the Toro Rosso. So the Manor on board now with Pascal Wehrlein. Coming into Cops, and he's hit Hülkenberg. He has lost control and hit Hülkenberg again, which has sent him 360. It sent him into a 360-degree spin. And here was a Toro Rosso of Daniel Kvyat, who has hit the back of Hülkenberg, and Kvyat indeed got hit by a spinning Wehrlein. So it was a domino effect there. It was Hülkenberg into Wehrlein into Kvyat. So yeah, so the virtual safety car is deployed for that incident. That is what should be deployed for an incident like that, not the actual safety car. The virtual safety car is the right thing to deploy for an incident like that. So now that the virtual safety car is out, let's look at the replay at the start of this British Grand Prix. So we got a mediocre start compared to the Mercedes there. You can see Rosberg side by side with Lewis Hamilton into turn 1. Vettel actually got past us and ahead of us into turn 1, but we got back at him around the outside there, back up into third. So we actually lost a position at the start, but we got that back around the outside into turn 1. And you can see the Mercedes going side by side. I thought they were going to crash or something, but they didn't manage to, and they kept it clean. And we actually almost touched them, mostly slipstreamed them into Brooklands there. I think we almost touched them. Rosberg went around the outside. They touched wheels there into left field. Rosberg on the inside. I snuck through on the inside of Lewis Hamilton, getting second place. And what a start to this British Grand Prix already. And you can see Verstappen trying to pull out to the inside of Sebastian Vettel. But I don't think he got him there, did he? But now here we are at the end of the virtual safety car period. As we get into the loop now. We are now behind the leader Nico Rosberg, still on lap 3 of this British Grand Prix. And with we're back to green flag racing after the virtual safety car. And we'll change you to medium tyres, of course, for the fourth lap of this race. So that's next lap. Can we catch Rosberg? Heading into Cops now. Well, we didn't, did we? Coming into the S's, at the exit of the S's now into Chapel. Coming into this corner onto the hangar straight. Hamilton is now slipstreaming us. Coming into this corner, Hamilton has DRS wide open. He is going to go side by side with us. Coming down to Stowe. Is he going to get us into Stowe? Yeah, no, he isn't. We held it around the outside, and we stay in second place. So Hamilton trying to challenge us there on the hangar straight into Stowe, but didn't quite get us there. So decent racing so far in this British Grand Prix. But now onto lap 4. We are now coming into the pits for our pit stop. changing onto the medium tyres. You can see that our tyres, well, front left is on 65% wear. So we do need to pit to change our front left tyre especially. Rosberg sets the fastest lap of the race of a 1:35.1, I think it was. So decent time from Nico Rosberg there. And now here we are coming into the long pit lane. Changing onto a set of medium tyres. We have had to wait there for Lewis Hamilton, so that's put us behind him in the pit lane. So we're going to have to pass him on track now, which is very disappointing. And now coming out of the pit exit now, Hamilton leads the way out of the pit lane. We actually were desperate. We were actually so desperate to get past him again that we crossed the pit lane, exit the white line, and now we are side by side with Lewis Hamilton coming into the loop, and Hamilton is the inside line, so he has held the position. So great defending from the AI there, and now coming onto the Wellington Straight with DRS open. We're going to go slipstream with Lewis Hamilton coming down into Brooklands. We're going to go up the inside now into Brooklands, and we get the move done into P15 on Lewis Hamilton, and that's a good move there from us. We went up the inside. The overtake chance was there, and we took it, and we've got it done. So that's 15th place for us. And now coming into the S's once again on lap 5 of this British Grand Prix. Here we go, coming onto the hangar straight. Hamilton now challenging us with DRS. Coming to the inside goes Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to get us now? We are side by side coming to Stowe, and Hamilton gets past us maybe on the inside. Yes, he does. Hamilton gets past us. But now coming into the Vale chicane, we're going to go back up the inside into the Vale chicane. We get the move done on Lewis Hamilton, back up into 15th place. Nice move from us. This is a good battle so far with Lewis Hamilton. And now Hamilton is trying to challenge us now coming to turn 1 on lap 6 now of this Grand Prix. There are people coming out the pit lane. Felipe Massa. Then there's Kimi Räikkönen who's got out ahead of us there. And now, there's been a yellow flag somewhere. What the hell's happened? Vettel's gone a bit wide there. So we need to see what's happened to Vettel. So on board with Sebastian Vettel as Massa heads out the pit lane just ahead, and he's actually made contact with Massa there. He has spun round and made a brilliant save. That was a brilliant save from Sebastian Vettel. What a save that was. He hit Massa, went onto the grass, went drifting round village, and he gets the plate. That was some brilliant drifting skills from Sebastian Vettel there. Brilliant drifting skills. I mean, he's better than me at drifting on Grid Autosport for sure. Now coming onto the S's once again, and now Hamilton challenges us onto the straight with DRS once again. He's going to go to the inside once again for the third lap in a row. He goes up the inside now, coming into Stowe. No, he doesn't. We've held it around the outside. We keep 8th place. This is an eventful race so far in this British Grand Prix. There's been an incident with Sebastian Vettel. There's been overtakes, battles everywhere. It's good to see that we're having exciting races in this career mode. It's a very underrated career mode, to be fair. It has had a lot of exciting races. Coming to turn 1, that was a really bad corner cut. Sorry about that. And out of the pit lane, we are now in 3rd place. So Räikkönen, getting out ahead of us, has actually moved up 2 positions. Räikkönen gets up into 2nd. We have dropped back from him there. So now coming onto the into Chapel once again, coming onto the hangar straight once again. DRS for Lewis Hamilton once again, coming to the outside, going past us once again, coming into Stowe, and we're going to go back up the inside of Lewis Hamilton into Stowe now. He's going to hold it around the outside. Is Hamilton going to get us? Yes, he is. What a move from Lewis Hamilton. But now we're going to go back up the inside into the Vale chicane. Here we go, coming into the Vale and into the final corner, round the outside, and we get 3rd place back. Are we going to get our 2nd podium in a row in this career mode? If we keep fighting like this, we might. Hamilton now moves to the inside into turn 1. And he gets, he doesn't get us there. He backs out on the outside. So what a battle this is with Lewis Hamilton. And now coming into the S's once again. The AI seems to get some good traction out of the S's and trying to challenge me there. So it's really good to see that. So Hamilton now with DRS open goes to the inside And Massa's there as well to make it 3 wide coming into Stowe. Massa comes to the inside, and now there's contact there. And Massa has gone for a spin on the exit of Stowe. That is unfortunate for Felipe Massa. He got out of the pits in such a good position in 4th. I think it was in 4th or 5th at that point when he challenged to the inside. And now he's down at the back of the field. Unfortunate for the Williams of Felipe Massa. He goes down the order. Wow, that was a dramatic incident. On to lap 10 now of this British Grand Prix. We are now challenging Lewis Hamilton coming into the old pit straight. We're going to go to the... We're actually getting closer and closer. And we're going to go to the inside into Cops. We get the move. Once again into 3rd place. There's overtaking everywhere. There's a great battle with Lewis Hamilton. There's been 2 incidents. Vettel touching Massa and then Massa spinning himself at Stowe after being tapped by Lewis Hamilton. And there's just been a battle with Lewis Hamilton all the way onto the hangar straight. And now he's going to challenge us again onto the hangar straight coming into Stowe. Here he goes into Stowe now. He's going to try and get to the outside. Now we've got some good traction, but he didn't quite get him there. We're going to go up the inside now to Vettel once again. And now to the final corner, round the outside of Lewis Hamilton. He makes contact with us there. That was very rude from Lewis Hamilton. Now coming into turn 1, are we going to get him here? Coming into turn 1, no way. No way we're going to get him to turn 1. No way. He held it round the outside. And he gets 3rd place. So, good stuff from Lewis Hamilton. This is a really good battle with Lewis Hamilton, I have to say. But now, with DRS Urban onto Wellington Straight, are we going to challenge Lewis Hamilton once again for the podium? Here we go, coming up the inside of him into Brooklands. And there's contact there. We touched wheels and he has almost spun us around there. But with that, I have to back out of the move. He's being too aggressive at the moment now. He really wants that podium. If he's going to do that to me, then I might as well give up my position. So, what a race this really is, though. It's had Mercedes battling at the start of the race. Then we've had this battle with Hamilton after the pit stops. Then we've had Vettel touching Massa. Then we've had Massa spinning round. Then we've had another battle with Hamilton. Then we're having a battle with Verstappen now, who's actually touching us in the rear. He actually wasn't fast enough to get past us there. But now, anyway, back to the point. Yeah, Hamilton finally got us after that, so we've lost that battle for the podium. But seriously, this is such an eventful race. It's not worthy the best race of the season, so that it doesn't have the qualities of Russia or Canada, but this has been a really good race, I have to say. And now coming onto the hangar straight once again. Verstappen, slipstreams us and moves to the inside, and now Grosjean moves to the inside as well, and he's going to the inside of Verstappen, coming into Stowe, and Grosjean spins around there, and we have made contact with Grosjean as well, and we have gone for a spin. The 2 Haas's have collided, and that's an absolute disaster. We have gone down from 3rd to 8th place after Grosjean went for a move that seemed dangerous, I guess. Grosjean moved to the inside of Verstappen. Verstappen actually moved in the braking zone, realistically, there. And Grosjean got hit. Well, basically, let's see from onboard now. He speeds past us. He goes to the inside of Verstappen. Verstappen moves over, spins him round. I make contact with his rear tyre. And I spin round as well as him. So the 2 Haas's have had a collision here in this British Grand Prix. What a disaster. A good race, a really good race, has turned into this. Grosjean going to the inside of Max Verstappen. Verstappen moves over, spins Grosjean round, and I hit the rear tyre of Romain Grosjean, and I spin round as well. So what an absolute disaster. Such a good race, such an eventful race has to end like this. Unbelievable. Grosjean, to be honest, in my opinion, Grosjean went for a very silly move there. That was very dirty from him there. I can't believe it. It was such a good race, and it had to end like that. We actually just got ahead of Hulkenberg in that, so we are now coming into the final corner of the British Grand Prix, coming across the line to the final corner to finish in 8th place. A disappointing end to this race after what was a good race. The engineer said that that I gave my best. I surely did give it my best to go for the podium, but Hamilton was too aggressive. Then that collision happened, and it was all controversy. So that's going to spark some controversy there in the Haas pit wall. But to be honest, that was Grosjean's fault. I did nothing wrong there because pretty much Grosjean moved to the inside, so Verstappen moves over into Stowe, and then Grosjean spins round. Yeah, so he's going for the move. Grosjean's going for the move, and then he's going to the inside, and then he gets spun. I did not see him, really. I had no way to avoid him, and so I made contact with his rear tyre and spun round as well. So it was an unfortunate end to this British Grand Prix, but Nico Rosberg ended up winning the race from Kimi Räikkönen and Lewis Hamilton in third. So that order stayed the same ever since lap 10. So it was a really, really eventful race in this British Grand Prix, and we get 8th place. So Rosberg wins the British Grand Prix, Kimi Räikkönen in 2nd place, then it's Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, Max Verstappen in 4th, Sergio Perez in 5th, Carlos Sainz in 6th, great result from him, Jenson Button in 7th, and me in 8th, a disappointing result for us, Nico Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso getting a point from McLaren Honda, then Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel in 12th, Magnussen in 13th, Rio Haryanto in 14th, there's Felipe Massa, Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, Daniel Kvyat, Jolyon Palmer, Felipe Nasser, Valtteri Bottas in 21st, and then Romain Grosjean finishing last in this British Grand Prix. He really does deserve that. I don't know how he got a penalty. I was the one, you see, got a warning for colliding with Grosjean when I did nothing wrong, you see. So, I don't know, this game's penalty system's a bit retarded. But on to the Drivers' Championship now.
Weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm giving driver of the day to Rio Haryanto. He's pushed and pushed, and he's found some fantastic performance. He was an absolute pleasure to watch today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So Lewis Hamilton leads the Drivers' Championship. Nico Rosberg only 2 points behind, so that's reduced his lead. Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd ahead of Raikkonen, then Max Verstappen, then me in 6th place. We dropped down to 6th place. Max Verstappen has overtaken us. Then it's Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel, Romain Grosjean, Jenson Button, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Nico Hülkenberg, Felipe Massa, Kevin Magnussen, Rio Haryanto, who got a really undeserved driver of the day, I have to say. Then it's Kvyat, Alonso, Wehrlein, Ericsson, Palmer, and Nasser. Mercedes are now leading the Constructors, 154 points from Red Bull. Then it's Ferrari in 3rd, Haas in 4th, not that far behind Ferrari. Then it's Williams in 5th, McLaren, Honda, Force India, Toro Rosso, Renault, Manor in 10th, and then Sauber in 11th place, the only team to not score points so far, but I hope they do score points after their development work. So, that was a really, really eventful British Grand Prix. It was a shame they had to end like it did, and here are our resource points after that race. We got a clean lap of 100% somehow, after we collided with a teammate. We got 80 resource points after that, to make it 571. We got our first driver bonus resource points, which makes it 71, which will make it 152 resource points in total. So, there's my maths skills favourite for you there. So Max Verstappen in the rivalry challenge is very, very close to us. We are pretty much equal, but still 8 to 10, so we've actually lost a point for not finishing 6th or higher, but we beat Romain Grosjean and we remained our Drivers' Championship, so we're still purple in the first driver. In the career score, we drove 29 laps. We got points for the practice session, and we got 4,166 points for the weekend, and we now have 52,101 for the whole season. And we have a new contract event here.
Good to see you. I just finished these new contract offers. Check them out. Let me know what you want to do.
So here we are. We've got some contract offers now after this British Grand Prix. We've got an offer to stay with Haas or move to first driver for Ferrari. I did make a decision on this, and to be honest, moving to Ferrari is a little bit too early now. It's like, what the hell? Why would you give me a contract when I just collided with my teammate? I mean, seriously. So I've decided to stay with Haas for the whole of Season 1. In my opinion, going to Ferrari right now is a little bit too early. I plan to do it for Season 2. So, yeah, I think so too early for my opinion. So for Season 1, I'll stay with Haas for the whole season. So hopefully you enjoyed this rather eventful British Grand Prix. The Hungarian Grand Prix is next up in Budapest. See you guys on my next video. Please like, comment and subscribe. And click the bell button for notifications if you haven't already. And goodbye.